Welcome back to another wrap-up of the week on Techstination, this one for January 24th, 2025, created by AI through Google's Notebook LM. The voices are AI-generated as well. Perfect? Not always. Amazing? You bet. Here we go.
All right, let's dive into some of the latest tech news. And for this deep dive, we're going to be looking at Fred Fishkin's Techstination website.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. It's got, all the latest gadgets and gear reviews, interviews, and just general tech news.
Yeah, Fred's great. He does a lot.
He does.
He's got another podcast, too, Smart Driving Cars.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So he's a busy guy keeping up with all this stuff.
He is.
So, let's see. The first thing that caught my eye here was that the Ford Ranger won the North American Truck of the Year award.
Wow.
Which, there are a lot of trucks out there.
Right.
And it's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal, yeah.
But what makes it even more interesting is that a lot of the reasons it won were for the technology that's in it.
Right. I mean, you think about trucks and you think, big, powerful machines.
Yeah.
Workhorses. But this is... it's got all the bells and whistles that you might find in a luxury car.
Yeah.
Adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist, even blind spot monitoring.
Right. I mean, you don't think about those things in a truck.
You don't, but I think it makes sense, right? You're hauling stuff. Maybe you've got a trailer on the back.
Yeah.
It's more important than ever to have that extra help.
Totally. It's not just about, brute force anymore. It's about safety and intelligence, too.
Exactly. And I think, we're seeing this across the board, right? It's not just trucks. Consumers want more from their vehicles, period.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whether it's like you said, a big truck or a sedan, everybody wants the latest technology.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's shift gears a little bit from trucks and talk about something maybe a little bit more personal, our health.
Okay.
Fred also highlighted some research that's being done in Luxembourg where they're using AI to detect type 2 diabetes just by analyzing someone's voice.
Wow.
I know.
I mean, that sounds incredible.
I thought it sounded kind of sci-fi at first.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? But then, thinking about it, diabetes does affect a lot of different systems in the body.
It does.
And your vocal cords are part of that system.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess in a way, it's kind of like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
There are subtle changes in how your vocal cords work. And AI can pick up on those changes.
And the idea is that this could help with early diagnosis and intervention, right?
Exactly.
That is huge.
It is huge. Imagine just doing a simple voice recording.
Yeah.
And, if you're at risk for diabetes.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
It's really remarkable. And,
Yeah.
It's not just diabetes, right? We're seeing AI being used in all sorts of ways in healthcare.
Yeah.
And, for diagnosis, for personalized treatment, even for disease management.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
The potential there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of AI and health, Fred was also raving about this Oaklean X Ultra toothbrush.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Which...
A toothbrush with AI.
Yeah, well, it uses AI. It's got this bone conduction technology.
I mean, toothbrushes have come a long way.
They have.
It's, the old bristle brush.
Right.
It's amazing.
And it's got voice guidance while you're brushing, too.
Oh, wow. It's funny because we were just talking about AI for healthcare.
Yeah.
And now we've got AI in our toothbrush.
I know, right? It's like...
It really is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
But, if it helps people with their oral hygiene,
yeah,
I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so moving on. Fred also stressed the importance of backing up your data.
Oh, always a good reminder.
It is. It's one of those things that we all kind of put off.
We do.
Until it's too late.
Yeah.
But he was recommending Acronis True Image as a really good solution.
Okay.
And what I thought was interesting about this is that it not only backs up your data,
right,
but it also protects against malware and ransomware.
Right. And that's so important these days because, it's not just about losing your data because your computer crashes.
Right.
I mean, cyber attacks are becoming so common.
Yeah, it's a when, not if situation.
Exactly. So you really need to have that extra layer of protection.
Yeah, it's like an insurance policy for your digital life.
Absolutely.
Which I think is essential these days.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Very important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of scary to think about
that is
how vulnerable we are, in this digital age.
Absolutely.
But let's not dwell on the doom and gloom. Fred also had some good news for photography enthusiasts.
Okay.
He was really impressed with this new Viltrox 35 millimeter f1.7 Air Series lens.
I saw that.
And what caught my eye was that it's, it's supposed to be really good quality, but also very affordable.
Yeah. Like a good value.
Which is hard to find these
days. It is hard to find. Yeah. So what makes this lens
what is it about this one
stand out?
Besides the price?
Well, it's, for one thing, it's designed for Sony mount APS-C cameras.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be really sharp, even in low light.
Oh, wow.
It's got a nice bokeh.
Oh,
which is that blurry background.
Yeah.
So it's a great option for, both amateur and professional photographers, I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who are looking for, a versatile and affordable lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only 6 ounces.
Oh.
Super lightweight.
Yeah.
So it's good for travel.
Perfect for travel.
Yeah, and street photography.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good segue to our next topic, travel through time.
Oh, okay.
Remember mini discs?
Oh, yeah.
And recordable Blu-ray discs?
I do. Not so much anymore.
Get ready to add another one to the graveyard because Sony is halting production of both.
Oh, wow.
It's a little sad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a little bit of history gone.
Yeah. To see those once cutting-edge technologies just fade away.
Right.
It's like...
But that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's the,
the circle of life.
Yeah, the circle of tech.
For tech.
Exactly.
But, sometimes what's old is new again.
Yeah.
Like vinyl records.
Exactly.
So, all right, enough about the past. Let's talk about the new and shiny world of laptops.
Yeah.
Fred had a roundup of some great deals on laptops for work, school, gaming.
Yeah, always good to keep an eye on that because there are so many new models coming out all the time.
There are so many.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting, though, is how the lines are blurring between...
I think so, too.
Work laptops, school laptops, and gaming laptops.
So, you can get one that's powerful enough for gaming, but also, sleek and portable enough.
Totally. For everyday use.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all about versatility these days.
Yeah.
You need something that can do it all.
You do.
Whether you're editing videos or writing a thesis or battling it out in a virtual world. Right.
Speaking of the virtual world.
Oh, okay.
There's already buzz building about the Samsung Galaxy S25.
Oh, really?
Apparently, it's all about curvy sides and flat edges,
Interesting.
It's like they're trying to
how many ways can you
reinvent the rectangle?
Yeah, exactly. But hey.
But I guess
maybe there's something to be said for a phone that feels good in your hand.
Maybe.
Right.
It could be a way for them to, stand out.
Yeah.
Because they all kind of look the same, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now for something completely different.
Okay.
Techstination had a link to an article about 5 physics equations everyone should know.
Oh, interesting.
I thought that was a little
bit of a departure.
A little bit of a departure.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
Sometimes it's good to stretch those mental muscles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep things fresh.
And you never know when you might need to calculate the trajectory of a projectile.
You never
or
do.
understand the principles of gravity.
That's right.
So
good to have that knowledge.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It is.
Well, speaking of innovation,
okay.
Remember that robotic vacuum cleaner with the robotic arm we were talking about earlier?
Yes.
The one from Roborock?
The Roborock one, yeah.
Well, Fred had an interview with someone from Roborock.
Oh, cool.
And they discussed some potential applications for that arm beyond just,
Beyond just vacuuming?
Vacuuming.
Yeah.
So imagine, the robotic arm helping you fold laundry.
Oh, wow.
Or retrieving objects from hard-to-reach places.
Yeah.
Or even prepping ingredients for dinner.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like the line between...
It's not just a cleaning appliance anymore.
Cleaning appliance and a household helper is blurring.
Right.
So it makes you wonder,
Yeah, how comfortable are people going to be?
How comfortable are we going to be?
With having,
having these robots
doing all this stuff.
In our homes.
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
Yeah. Well, that leads us to another interesting concept that Fred highlighted, generative AI.
Mm-hmm.
So generative AI is this technology that can create new content, whether it's text or images, music, even code.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty wild.
It is. It's like having a creative partner
that
can just generate ideas and content on demand.
Yeah, and from what I've read, it's already being used in a bunch of different applications, like writing, marketing copy,
Yeah.
composing music, designing websites.
The potential is really huge.
It is.
And, what I find fascinating is
Yeah.
the question of authorship and originality.
Right.
If a machine creates a piece of art,
Yeah.
who owns the copyright?
Yeah, who gets the credit?
Yeah. Where do we draw the line between viewing creativity
Yeah.
and machine-generated content?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind bender.
It is.
But I think maybe it's not about
Yeah.
machines replacing human creativity,
Right.
but rather augmenting it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like working together
Yeah, working together.
to create something
Exactly.
better.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
It's a tool, right?
Yeah, it's a tool.
It's a powerful tool
Yeah.
that can help us be more creative.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So it's like we're on the cusp of this
Yeah.
new era of co-creation.
It is.
Where humans and machines are working together
Yeah.
to create something truly unique and innovative.
I think so.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. So, let's circle back to something a little more tangible.
Okay.
That Roborock vacuum with the robotic arm that we keep bringing up.
Yeah, that thing.
Fred had a whole interview dedicated to it.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's like they're really pushing the boundaries of what a robotic vacuum can do.
They are.
It's not just about cleaning floors anymore.
It's becoming more like
Yeah, it's like
a real robot,
yeah.
not just an appliance.
Yeah, it's like a helpful little
Yeah, a little helper.
over around the house.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting was just how practical the arm is.
Oh, yeah.
It's designed to get to those tricky spots that regular vacuums can't reach.
Right, like under furniture.
Yeah, under furniture and those cluttered corners that we all try to ignore.
Exactly.
And as we talked about earlier, the potential applications go way beyond just cleaning.
Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine it like retrieving objects,
Right.
for people who can't bend over easily.
Yeah, or maybe like helping with
Or just,
other household chores.
they're putting dishes away.
Yeah, or even like interacting with other smart home devices.
Right.
In more complex ways. Yeah, the possibilities are really exciting.
They are. It's pretty futuristic.
Speaking of exciting possibilities,
Yeah.
Fred also highlighted this new Benji Lock fingerprint outdoor padlock,
Oh, yeah.
which I thought was a cool example of how biometrics are making their way into our everyday lives.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all about convenience
Right.
and security, right?
Yeah.
Like you never have to fumble with keys again,
Right.
especially like if your hands are full or it's raining or something.
Yeah.
It's just, you touch it and it unlocks.
A simple touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how technology is just blending into our lives like that.
Yeah, seamlessly.
And, sometimes it's helping us stay more informed, too.
Oh, yeah.
Fred talked about this new AI-powered tool from Google called Notebook LM,
Okay.
which can summarize podcasts.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So imagine, if you don't have time to listen to a whole podcast, you can just get like the key takeaways.
Yeah, the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, in a concise, easy to digest format.
That would be great for students.
Yeah, students, researchers, anybody who's
Yeah, anybody who needs to stay up to date.
really busy and needs to get the information quickly.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It is.
And, AI isn't just about convenience and efficiency. It can also be used for,
For good.
for social good.
Yeah.
Fred highlighted some online resources for people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy,
Right.
which is a genetic heart condition.
Right.
And these resources can connect people with medical experts, give them access to the latest research, and even help them connect with other people who are going through the same thing.
It's a good reminder that, technology can be a force for good.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've covered just about everything in Fred Fishkin's Techstination universe here.
Yeah, we have. We've gone from
Award-winning trucks to AI-powered toothbrushes.
to robotic arms.
Robotic arms, fingerprint padlocks.
Physics equations.
It's just the equation.
That was a good one.
The latest advancements in AI and healthcare.
Yeah. It's been a good deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind tour
Yeah.
of the ever-evolving landscape of technology.
It's amazing how fast it's all changing.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I think the takeaway here is that technology is transforming every aspect of our lives.
Absolutely.
And it's up to us to use it for good.
It is. It is.
So, to our listeners out there, we encourage you to check out Techstination and Fred Fishkin
Yeah, he's a great resource.
for more fascinating tech news and insights.
Yeah.
And as always, stay curious.
Yeah.
And keep exploring the world of technology.
Absolutely.
Because who knows what amazing discoveries await us just around the corner.
That's right.
Yeah. That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for joining us for this Techstination wrap-up, generated and hosted by Notebook LM from Google. I'm Fred Fishkin.